Exactly. Be real here. Come on.
Welcome to That's Grace Family Chat Room. So today we have on our show two wonderful young men. We first have youth pastor Stephon Rafeal. He has been in our show before. He was a guest on the Monday Morning Talk. So you can go ahead and check that out if you want to know more about his perspective and his mindset. And our next person is Denroy Watson, aka the male MVP of the That's Grace Family channel, aka Josh. So he's here today to assist Stephon in this discussion on rejection. Listen, I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to hear a male's perspective on rejection. So we want to find out from them today, how do you want to be rejected, or what is the right way for you to reject a girl? Let's go. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you are new to our channel. Guys, hit that thumbs up button right now. Do it now.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, Stephon.
Appreciate the welcome. Thank you.
All right, guys. So, us females, right? We're struggling. We're struggling out here because we're having we're having two problems, right? One of the problems we're having is that we feel that you guys. So when I say you guys, please don't take it personal. It's just that you're representing the guys on the platform now, right? So we feel like you guys are not saying what you need to say. You're not being straightforward with us. When you don't like us like that, or you don't intend to have a relationship with us. And then on the other end, we feel like when we tell you no, that we don't want you, you are not receiving it well. So we want to know what's happening, So let's start from the first one, as it regards to telling a female that, I don't really feel this way about you, or I'm not really feeling you like that. I like you as a friend, or whatever. How do you think is the right way to approach a young lady with such type of discussion? Starting with you, Stephon.
Oh, my dear say Stephon are the veteran of the place, so make him go through.
Listen, I just came about, but that's a very, very good question, and I think it's also not only very good, but it's a tough one to answer.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that, as you said, like what you said, right? Some men, we don't be straightforward. We're not straightforward sometimes. And I think some men are really weighing their options. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that, okay, especially in Jamaica, as we know, a man would say him having girl on the side. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying having wife and having girl on the side. So I think it's more so trying to, filter out and try to weigh their options to see, who is the real, or, where they're gonna go, or probably they have so many options they don't know what to choose. But in how to respond or how to answer that, I think it's very important to be straightforward. Very important to be straightforward, but be straightforward with love and with respect, right? So you're not going to just hit a girl and say, no, I'm not depend that, or that type of thing. I think in approaching that, probably I would start off with something they call PNP. No, understand me. We're not talking about the People's National Party, all right?
Okay.
But positive, then the negative, and then positive again. So you start off with something positive. You can, compliment her about her looks or something of that effect, right? And then you would give the story or the honesty thing. You can just let her know, unfortunately, I am not pursuing, or, I'm not in the frame of mind, it could be, to accept a relationship at the moment. Nothing against you. It's just the position of where I am in my walk, whether you walk with God or, your personal self-development, whatever the case is. And then you end with something else positive, like something of a statement of hope, I would say. But there's no doubt you are an attractive woman, and I know you may have many options out there, all of that good stuff. So I think taking it that route, if you take that route, you can avoid having, creating offenses or hurt. Yeah, and be more comfortable with what you say.
Well, I'm not sure you would prevent the hurt, but probably some of the offense can be lessened. Um, but you said something very important when you said that guys has many options.
Yes.
So, but that's a problem for people. It's a problem because while you're
Mm-hmm.
busy trying to figure out which one it is, all these
Right.
females are getting attached to you, So when you guys have attachment issues from these females, it's kind of valid, They have
Mm-hmm.
a valid reason to feel very disappointed and to feel
Right.
like, oh, you really let me on.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a real MVP in this because you all develop your PNP strategy and all. So I agree with Denroy on that one. But then I want to
We
hear
learn
what you
as we
have,
go.
what you think.
Hats off to Stephon with the PMP strategy. First time I'm hearing that one. You know? Well, what Stephon did start off by saying, a man, most, especially in Jamaica, a man say man be more for a girl on the side. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight in is when a man a pop, and when a theme season him really a pop, and things are going good for him. Yeah, man, ladies naturally I got attracted to him. The man want to roll in, and for the time, him really want to see what is there, because as much as you can have a simple conversation between two people, you really don't know the person that much because you can't just look on a person looks because why? You don't know if they have proper hygiene, you don't know attitude, what it's like. So, and I think females do this as well, where them really test the waters, have a conversation with more. Them not really a directly say them gonna pursue a guy, but there's potential there, so them have the discussion. So what I think what most females get really lost into, because I heard this thing recently where um a female said we would be in a relationship with a man, but he's not in a relationship with us. And I think people get caught up within the whole conversation and getting to know stage without them just say they're not in a relationship which really and that never really communicate. That really never communicate unless that is communicated between two people. So yes, we're in a relationship and you know, me and
So
you.
are you, Daniel, let me see if I get what you're saying. Are you saying that it's a case where no relationship was established,
Yeah,
but
it
somebody
have to be
somebody
one.
understood it to be a relationship?
Yeah man, that can happen, man. It can happen.
That can happen. When I ask guys, why do you want to get to know me? They normally can't give me a straight answer. You understand? But I prefer you say to me, I would prefer you to say to me, um, that I'm not sure and I'm just getting to know you rather than have me and five other persons, that you are there weighing your options about. I don't know if I get what I'm saying. There has to be there needs to be a conversation before this whole rejection conversation. It can't be the first time that
Right.
she is hearing what you're saying. It can't be the first time that you would have probably suggested or said something to her as it regards to, I'm not really feeling this, or I've decided that you're not the one I'm going to choose.
Rejection of a female.
Mm-hmm.
As Stefan first said, the best thing for you as a male to really for be comfortable in himself, have to be honest about the situation. Have to be honest with yourself and with the female as well. And that is the best way you can come out of it. Sometimes maybe I believe I'm a nice guy, but I come off as being harsh in my statement. It's not like it's intentional, but based on reciprocation, it's a form of understanding, but also it seems as a sense of betrayal. But at the end of the day, I am there, so the conversation wouldn't be a sense where you would have resent me, but at the end of the day, we would have agreed to a common understanding, and we say, all right, this is what I want, and the two are not gonna work, so here what? No relationship here. You could tell her, say right now, you're really not ready for a relationship. As well as I know some guy out there use that as a scapegoat to really say, hey, we'll just be friends and really them don't want to be friends. But honestly, that's why it's really good for us to be honest and true with ourselves. Because when you can really reason with a female and share reason back with you, I think the level of the level of understanding that you each want to develop, especially if it's not intimate or on the past the friendship boundary, but in that space there, yeah, I think the understanding is much better. So that is where honesty comes into play.
Okay. It has to do with communication and understanding. All right. So just a straightforward question. So Stephon,
Mhm.
what you think about that whole idea of um weighing your options? You believe that you should be weighing your options with more than one person?
Um, I will say because of my faith, right? It is like we always preach that you can't dabble into things. So for that reason, and of course being a minister, it's kind of for reputation reasons. It's a no go for me. It's for sure a no go. I mean, you just imagine having two girlfriends. You're dating one, and then you're gonna get that, and then you're at the date with one, and then you're looking at another message or another call from there. That's just crazy to me, right? It's too much for me. It's too much work on the brain, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's different. If you are a
Yeah.
commitment oriented person, in terms of you're committed, you're a commitment person. You're not gonna want to do something like that because I could say in my own head, right? That's what I think, but it's really difficult to try to maintain strong commitment with two persons. I mean, it's different from Jacob and Rachel and what's her name, Leah days. But I don't think I wouldn't advise it. I would encourage it. I think it's also unjust to the other person. Even if you're going to do it, I think both parties need to know that that's what you're doing.
That's what's
Be
happening.
honest. Yeah.
I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. A lot of time you'll be speaking to a female with no intention of pursuing her, but for some bizarre reason, that intention develops.
Hmm.
Cool. I'm not saying you're gonna have two girlfriends. That is not what I say. I say you could be talking to a female and she thinks that's what is happening. What really and truly that's not what is happening. At no point in time, if we don't have a discussion about a relationship thing, or I directly came to you with that intention, no, that's a no.
All right.
That's why you have to ask
Guys,
the clarifying questions, right?
what is it, Stephon?
No, go ahead. I was just saying that's why you have to ask your clarifying questions because what can be interpreted by one can be misinterpreted by the other. And a lot of those things very, very important because invest your heart and then get hurt because what you thought it was, the Cinderella story, apparently it wasn't that.
Exactly, because what happens in most cases is you're not saying anything, but she's watching your actions and she is interpreting your actions as
Right.
you pursuing her and wanting more from her.
Hmm.
No, it's one thing to get rejected from you guys, right? But I believe that women on a whole are having a very big difficulty getting you guys to hear us when we say no. So I'm wondering if there's a specific way that you are hearing it while you're not receiving it. For example, you meet a guy and let's just start from just the meeting stage and shoot him shot and you said to him, no. I realize that what some guys hear is push harder. This is just the first barrier. I'm asking you guys, what do you think is the right way for her to say to you, no, this is not going to work? And you can start from any one of the examples. You can start from the looking stage to in the middle of the relationship, or not if it's a relationship, because it doesn't get that far. In the middle of the getting to know stage. Yes, Denroy, your hand is up. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I really want to take this before Stefan drop it in perspective because I realize that Stefan and I have two different perspectives when it comes down to these things. So I want to get out mine first.
Which is
Cool.
good, which is good.
So I not even want to use the word women and general and make a broad generalization. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. All right, so I'm gonna say something. I'm just gonna give I'm gonna start off with an example. There's this guy by the name of Grant Cardone Cole. The first night he met him wife, him call him mother and say, Mom, this is the woman I'm going to marry. And her response was, have you spoken to her yet? Man say, yeah, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with me. This guy called this chick for for what? 3 days every week for the entire month. And he did that for 3 years. And his friend is saying, Grant, you need to stop, This is stalking. And his response was, is it wrong? Is it stalking if it's work? If it works, is it stalking? Is it it's marriage, right? Because no, they are married. They are married for over 5 years now, and he has a beautiful daughter. And it's a thing where also there are some women who want you to pursue them. And there is also a case where some of the time some guys want them just need to stop. But there is a thin line between it. Because if sometimes we tell a girl, say, if we don't want this something, she still a try in terms of, say, in her mind, it is love. So, she'll try to show what she can bring to the table, as well as the guy does the same thing, to say, hey, give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Let me carry out. Don't want to link or anything. Let's just have a conversation, get to know each other, and just let me know afterwards if you can decide if this is something that can work. That approach usually works. But
see, it doesn't. But all right. Because here's the problem with that one. If I'm speaking to you, in the first 3 minutes of speaking to you, in my head, I know if, all right, this is somebody I definitely don't want to speak to. This is somebody that could probably make it, or this is someone that is definitely going to go in the friend zone. But I constantly hear, let me take you out and you'll be more convinced, or give me a number and I'm sure it will be the best decision of your life. And I've not met a guy where in my head in the first conversation I would have summed him up and he has proven me wrong. I've not met the guy who have proven me wrong. So what I says to me is I clearly have an understanding of who I am, what I want, and the persons who will be a right fit for me.
all
But
right,
I constantly hear guys say, let me push this a bit further to prove to you otherwise.
all right, I'm hearing you loud and clear, sis. I'm hearing you loud and clear. This if you're a person like you with know what you want and you necessarily say you sum them up and they know I've been cool, that's okay for you. But there are a lot of females who don't know what they want, right? And that is true. A lot of females don't know what they want. So a guy usually shoot him shot, maybe that's what he's used to. A lot of females not understanding what they want and then probably just say them jump the gun too quick and probably it works out. As well as for you, I'm sure you tell most of the guys them stop. But as you ask me, what is the correct thing to say to a guy? I think it doesn't really work through text. If you could do a voice note and really just explain and just say, yo, Ray, I think this is a different level of communication that if you tell him, say, if him continue, yeah, I'll just stop talk right now because that is what you decide and it takes two to tangle and you'd very much like for him to respect your decision and that is it.
All right. So what I'm hearing you say, Denroy, is the problem we're having with this whole communication issue is that our men know that a lot of our women don't know what they want. So when they're pushing, it's not because they're telling me that I don't know what I want, but it's more so
it could be
the
an issue
general.
also that you don't know them that in. Probably it's a general thing because you have some girls who I don't want to see them a play game, but them kind of just have this whole situation where they have cold for a while and then okay, hey, hero, I'm gonna give you a chance. Let's just have a conversation. I'm not going to be boyfriend and girlfriend or anything, but I'm going to try and be open minded. If I'm making any sense right there.
What is the thing now with that open-minded thing? The moment I say to you, I'm going to be open-minded, it means that I'm going to open myself to something that I said no to before, or I said I wouldn't try.
Yes, that's the whole point.
But there's a thing. But there's a problem there. Anytime I say I'm going to be open-minded about this thing, I'm pushing a boundary that I had intentionally set.
All right. So that means they set the next boundary. People. That's how people learn and grow into this. And this relationship thing, I realize it's not about really understanding relationship and what love has to offer. You really just have to go in there and really see what is there for you because everybody experience is different. Probably have some people have some similar experience, but everybody experience is different, honestly. Well, if you push a boundary and say might try, who knows, you probably like it, as well as it's just not for you, and you just say, hey, I tried, and wash your hand, brush off your shoes, dust leave it behind, and they move on with their life.
You said something earlier, and Stephon, I'm going to get to you because I realize you're quiet and you're laughing. I'm going to get to you soon, but you said something earlier. You said, why stop if it's working? What says to you, what would a woman do to say to you that what you're doing is working? And I want Stephon to answer that question when Denroy says.
What does a woman say to me in terms of say, yes, it's working and I should continue? Sometimes when I really get in our feelings, I really like this female, when I really know if it's working, we just know, so we like this female. And we're going to try our best to say if how best we can please her enough or meet her needs. And if she and if she decide.
I'm so happy you're being honest. That is the honest, that's the most honest answer I've heard. You're not really looking to see if she responds in some of the time. You just like her and it's a go after where you are.
And if she decides, sir, it's either it or not, you just make a decision there. But if she decide not, you have to just hold that, It's part of life. You have to just hold a rejection.
Just hold a rejection.
Yeah, man.
I wish many guys were like you, but here's the problem. That there's a limited population of guys who has the mentality that you gentlemen have.
Because nobody not teach them. That's the thing.
Sad, and we the women can't teach you. So I don't know. The most we can do is have standards. So what about you, Stephon?
Yeah, I really want to hear Stephon.
I was just about to say, Denroy, that means that you have to teach that men, man. That's what's going on, man. You have to teach them. That's what's going on. So Desan, you ever told me about that question? If I'm understanding clearly, your question is, what does the woman have to say, and what way does she have to say it for the man to get that? Hey, I don't want to be with you or something of that sort. Am I on board?
Yes, that's the question.
That's a tough one. So all right. So I'm not gonna say there is that, because every man is different. And for me to generalize, I think that's taking those differences out of thought or out of account. Everybody is different. Some man, lack of attention is already a sign of a no. You understand what I'm saying? What else? I don't know. So, and the thing is, sometimes I think what happens is that sometimes we as men, we misinterpret things because of our high, self-esteem. We think there's no way a man can shoot and miss. You get what I'm saying? There's no way. So you understand, he keeps going and he goes and he goes and he goes again. Now, it was a fact, if we recall, I don't mean to say this here, but our current principal at CDON, he shared his story publicly over the mic too about his journey with his wife. You understand me? And well, no, it wasn't his wife, but a girl, a popular, beautiful girl in school, and the thoughts of whatever she said about him, I leave that there. But he kept going and he kept going because he had this, this sense of, ego or self-esteem that a man, as I said before, if the man makes a shot, he not gonna miss. But at the same time, that can also be what can I say? A false notion, probably. You know what I'm saying? Because women also have their preferences. Yeah, some of that also stems from cultural backgrounds and historical background because were known to be of low SES. You get what I'm saying? Well, in other words, socioeconomic status. So, it's like any fly will pass. You get what I'm saying? She'll just grabbing, but that's not the case because she's an intellectual individual being, independent being who is capable of making decisions on her own. You get what I'm saying? So I mean just tell the guy, man. Just tell the guy, just tell the man. If you're not interested, give it to him. I would encourage you to give it to him with love and respect, considering his feelings, especially. But be honest. Don't hold it back. Be honest. Because if you keep prolonging it, you're playing with his emotions, and then your emotions may also get intertwined, and it goes west. It gets crazy. So I don't know
I'm
if
happy.
that's
I'm happy that you two gentlemen tonight are being honest regarding that shooting your shot. And there's no way in your head you can miss, especially when you feel like she is the one. She has all the qualities, not considering that she has a mind, and you may not be her preferred choice. Um, I'm not even sure what we're going to do to fix this problem because, as you said, I believe a lot of men has that perspective that um, it's that they're not realizing that a woman has a choice as well. I get that a lot. So a guy tells me, "But you're everything I'm looking for," and it's like it's like I literally want to say to him, "But you're not what I'm
you're not.
and I'm finding the best way to say what I'm like, I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. And it's like I feel like they don't stop until like I feel like I'm almost on my limit of getting disrespectful. Like almost of having to like raise my tone for them to understand. Um and I never want anybody to pull me to that level. When I get to that level, you're forcing me to be somebody that I'm not. And I find that that's the difficulty women are having. So the difficulty it's creating for us as well is that what we are now doing is not giving you the number because we feel as if we give it a number and couple conversations and we realize that this is not really what we like, it's hard to get rid of you because it's almost like we can't say no to you once we are a yes for you, you know? And I think it makes it harder on the guys who are honestly trying, but that's a general issue with feel as if I think it's a general conversation that women are having with feel as if men feel that they're entitled to a yes and my no is more like I need convincing. There's no way I can know already that you are not it.
So Desan,
Yeah.
so the point you're trying to make is that you want to know how to get rid of a man, right?
Boy, if that's how you want to straightforwardly do it, yes, go ahead. Tell me how to get rid of a man. Go
All
ahead,
right.
by all means.
Well, if you're not interested, you don't give him a number. But however, if you're interested and still want to know something, you're not really interested, but you still want to get the number, you can give the number. Cool. After a
Mm-hmm.
time, you decide you don't really like the guy. You tell him, one, you know, entertain the conversation. So I'm like, hi, how you doing? Like, it's like as an interrogation. Eat from morning. Nah, you know, talk the
Oh,
conversation.
I thought I was the only one who said that. It's an interrogation. It's an interview.
Cut the
It's not a
conversation.
conversation.
The man, good man, end the story. Done.
All right.
Him send a story. The man just hit that. He probably has seen it and lock her back here for. He probably say, oh, you don't see me. I'm somewhere. Well, I'm busy.
Can I tell you that I got,
Eventually, the message should be sent. If that no work, block, delete, leave, move on.
and that's my problem. I have a problem with always having to end a simple thing with block and delete. I had to block and delete somebody as recently as this morning, and I hate having to block and delete, guys. I hate having to, to be that little strict figure in your life. I don't believe that's what I should be doing as a lady. You understand? I don't believe I have to raise my voice or act stern to get a man to understand something. I don't like it. I have a problem with having to block and delete people. I have friends who are not in relationship and we're still good friends. But I'm having to block and delete too many persons. So this is genuinely a problem. And I'm pretty sure that it probably have me right off on the next stuck up Christian girl who are going like say she better than me because she's a Christian. And that
Hold
was
on.
not the reason.
Hold on there. So you have a problem with writing. Look, that's on the world savage, you know.
It's savage.
Come on. What I seen you do right now is you protecting yourself. The moment you're black and delete, just take it out of your mind.
Take out your mind.
Just take it out of your mind. The moment you did there, say, oh, when think and what the world thinking, man, that is the problem. That is the problem. You don't really care right now. You're protecting yourself, a mental space. Once the mental space is secure and you're comfortable within your space, you move on. You blocking and delete somebody you never know, and you're probably saying, oh, I probably hurt them feelings or rape. Probably them not even feel that way, them just a pretend. Me believe most time when someone allowed them out, them just a pretend. Honestly.
I'm happy you said that and not me.
Honestly.
I like how somebody said it too. Somebody said it better you bex with man than you bex than God. Whatever. It better bex with you than bex with you. And it makes sense. And to Desan's point, funny story actually. I was at work one day. And I don't know this young lady, I don't know her. But anyhow, see her around. Sometimes, you encourage people and God bless you and all of that stuff. Yeah, you're pastor, you have to preach the word. So, and she said, one day she was a pastor. Me know I right, she right, Me I be clear and honest with the right, Me know I right, she right. All right. And she said, so when she passed me, I was going back to my desk and so when she passed me, she was like, can I have your number? And I was like, sure. Let me give you the prayer line number so you can come and call us and we will pray for you. Listen, I'm kidding you. That's exactly what I said to her. That's exactly because I have to safeguard myself. I know what's her intentions. I know what she's going after. Now, mind you, some people might look at it and say, you're a fool, or why would you do that? And make us look as Christians as if we're taking the wrong attempt or whatever. But listen, about a couple months after this, and when I saw her and Denroy, you want to say, listen, the belly were there before. Listen, man, all right? So sometimes you know some things, and you need to be confident with your decision that this is my standard. You not miss out on anything, and you're good. And just like Denroy said, out, gone.
You shouldn't feel bad about your decision. You made something that is good for you.
Yes.
So somebody else they are gonna interrupt your peace and your happiness. Come on. You shouldn't feel no way about that. The moment you start overthinking the situation, that's where the problem comes in. The world is savage, and sometimes I wouldn't even say that is being savage either. That is just being you and securing who and who you stand for. So the moment you keep on a stand up for yourself, nothing is wrong with that.
Okay, thank you for affirming me. Because today I was like, this guy drew out a side of me that I had literally put on dormancy, and she is back up. She is telling people no. She is not doing this anymore. They used to call me savage, and I said, all right, probably I should consider that maybe I'm savage, and that is how I even reached to this stage, where I start saying, all right, let me give you a second chance conversation. And this is where I'm at. No, going straight back to savage. Trust in my spirit.
But yeah, you will know this, because as a Christian, you will know. And I believe, with the spirit of discernment, when you see
Exactly.
somebody, you can tell their motive and their intention because Christ gives us that. You understand me? And no, the devil come make we feel, no sorry for. You
But
understand what I'm saying? No, the devil is a liar. I am content with the decision that I have made. I am
mm,
going forward in Jesus' name and I'm standing my ground. Me not sorry for. Sorry. But me not sorry for. Anyhow.
that's a good one, Steph. We need to know that we have the Holy Spirit. I think that was what was um missing from this. Let me say this new girl. Because I kept wondering if because the your mind will tell you, the enemy will tell you, if so many persons says it, then you have to consider that it's true, you know. But yeah, thanks for reminding me that it's not you're judging people. You're working with the Holy Spirit right here. I remember you and I had a conversation way back in high school where you said, I know if a girl like me. And I really thought you were gloating that day, like, full of self. What you're full of self. But I understood when I thought about how I approach guys or responded to guys, I understood what you meant because I can know as well. So final words. Let me see if I can sum up what we said here today. So basically, we can't have a definite way of of rejecting persons, and we don't have one specific way of being rejected. But we definitely want to ensure that communication is occurring between both parties, right? Um, we try to eliminate misunderstanding, considering the fact that what you may be giving up as action may be thought, maybe received differently by the person who is seeing the action. We need to explain what our actions mean. Um, what else did we say? Know what you want and stick with it, right? Am I missing out anything else? Am I missing out anything, guys?
PNP, PNP.
PNP. Wow, yes, yes. Yeah, the PNP. So start with the positive, go to negative, and back to the P. Boy, Steph, I don't know if that's gonna work because no P was working this morning.
Well,
I couldn't
well,
get to anything. No,
so, so, it's once I tell them something, them automatically believes is a strategy that all men use. So you have to always keep it brand new, and we call it innovative. Sometimes if you did hear something before, a young lady would like to know, so you come with something new to the table every time. Because no matter how much when she asks a question, so why me? If she heard 5 responses that are different and she hear it back, so it's a regular thing. Yeah, man. So it's really important to really think deep when you.
so don't do relationship based on a strategy. Keep everyone fresh. Keep
No,
each
so
relationship fresh.
just be open minded. Just be open minded. That's all I'm saying. It's
Uh,
not one direction. It's different for everybody. Just be
mhm.
open minded. But PAP can work for those who just starting up. They want something to work off. Of course, that is a guidance. But then again, you having that guide, you can find your own unique way to do what you want to do.
I feel like the PNP works better when it's coming from the male to the female.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, woman.
I'm
You're
not
going
sure
from
it
the
works.
woman to the because then no, that might give the man a hint. You said something positive. Oh, your shirt is looking good today.
That might suggest to him
Him
that I'm not
automatically think,
sure.
yes. Yeah. So just being assertive on your end more so, right? Very, very important. And don't compromise it.
Don't
Like
compromise.
Mr. Professional Denroy just said over there, you gotta innovate it. You get what I'm saying? You gotta change it up sometimes. Most importantly, just do not compromise your values, right? You're not gonna cuss him off dog right now and kick him to dirt. You
Yeah.
understand? Because then your reputation as a Christian is gonna be devalued or devalued. Let me leave it there. But so just bearing those things in mind, but you can still be assertive. You can still be assertive, frank, honest, and not be rude, right? Sometimes I'm asking and say, God, what's the best way to say it? Sometimes I'm having conversation with people and I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy, what's the best way to say it? Right, and hit it right there. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
awesome.
all right. We can't finish it. Wait, I'm gonna say something. It's not every time the answer will come to you. Sometimes you have to just do what you have to do. Just start. And
Just say, oh, it
sometimes,
come my head.
yeah, man. And every time the answer will come. Planning something perfect, make you're probably gonna do it properly. Or and it's not every time it comes, but there's a time specifically. And some of the time you can just leave off certain message when you know you need to probably go to sleep, then wake up back or a day or two for answer some things because you're probably in the best mindset. So you have to really know yourself to that extent as well.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I'm happy he called this morning. It was last night. Yes. So thank you, gentlemen. I heard that too, then, right? So thank you, gentlemen, for having this conversation with me. It was a pleasure speaking to you guys. I just want you to know that you are gems. You know, there are. We find it hard to find young men who thinks the way you think and interpret things and process things and behave the way you do. So you are gems in our society, and we thank you for sharing your knowledge on that Straight Family channel. And you are invited again, Stephon. Of course, Joshua, I'm gonna need to say invited again. You are part of the channel, so you're supposed to be in discussions like this, right? All right, thank you guys for watching. Remember to share the video. Remember to like, thumbs up, and remember to hit the subscribe button if you realize that this is the type of content that you want to listen to and you want to hear more of. Thank you. Bye.